Coming up on State of Events, Gaza ceasefire protests cause an uproar across the Bay Area.
SFPD busts 42 Tenderloin drug dealers and seizes drugs.
And details later on a San Francisco annual tradition that's gone up in smoke. Good afternoon and welcome to State of Events. I'm Joshua Davis.
And I'm Charles Bolton. Today is April 17th, 2024.
First up today, 26 people are in police custody after blocking traffic for over 5 hours on the Golden Gate Bridge. Demonstrators protesting the war in Gaza shut down Highway 101 early Monday morning. The protest began around 7:30 a.m. and CHP began making arrests around 10:30 a.m. Protesters chained themselves to one another and their cars stopping traffic. Demonstrators were seen holding a sign that read, quote, "Stop the world for Gaza," end quote. The 26 arrested could be facing conspiracy charges by the San Francisco's DA's office.
Moving further up north, another protest called for a ceasefire took place in Sacramento. Reporter Jason Flagg has the story.
Protesters from local Palestinian and Chicano communities demonstrated at Sacramento City Hall last Tuesday. This protest is a part of an ongoing effort to have local governments address the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. When protesters entered City Hall and demanded that Mayor Darrell Steinberg address the crisis, he walked out. The rest of the council followed shortly after. Protests have continued steadily since the beginning of the conflict. Chico Gonzalez, the lead organizer, says this is due to the universal nature of the Palestinian struggle.
If you were to compare it to, like, let's say California, it's like if they put all the Mexicans in San Isidro, right next to Tijuana, right? So it's crazy. They're like facing death or expulsion of their indigenous ancestral lands.
Organizers say they plan on showing up every Tuesday until the city council addresses their grievances.
The San Francisco Police Department arrested 42 Tenderloin drug dealers. Last Wednesday, 30 of those dealers had existing warrants. Over the last 2 years, drug busts in Tenderloin continue to make headlines with little to no change. Experts say fentanyl comes from Mexico and the cartels must be put out. SFDA Jenkins says the court will not put away repeat offenders. The court only approved 34 out of over 800 cases to get dealers off the streets.
Coming up after the break, city budget cuts are a buzzkill for this year's annual 420 event at Golden Gate Park.
And Day's trips from LA to SF are another step closer to becoming a reality, so stick around.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
Third line, please.
DEPRESSION.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own.
Anxiety. I thought so.
Like many health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. And the sooner you seek treatment, the better.
Look at that. 6,000 steps and PTSD.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
San Francisco State's Broadcast and Electronic Communication Arts program is a renowned dynamic major for all kinds of media arts.
You're not going to find this hands-on media experience anywhere else.
We are here to be a talent pipeline to the media and entertainment industry.
I love all my classes that I've taken with all the Becca professors.
I want students to have the freedom to create what they want to create and what they're passionate about.
We are mostly concerned with our students' ability to succeed in ways that they wish to succeed.
I have a lot of skills now that I didn't have before.
I mean, there's so much you can do here. It's incredible. There's really no limit.
Welcome back to State of Events. Now let me be blunt. There is no 420 this year. For all those who celebrate the recreational use of marijuana, we know this information absolutely blows. State of Events reporter Alejandro Espinoza is live from Hippie Hill to tell us more.
FSU's main campus, talking about how 420 is coming up in the event. We actually have an enthusiast with me right here doing an interview with us. Welcome. How you doing?
Doing really good. How about you?
I'm doing great. So are you excited about the approaching national holiday coming this Saturday?
Am I excited? I actually keep a countdown on my phone. Those like 24 or like the countdown to Christmas ones. Yeah, I have one of those for myself. And for those of you who are curious, in 2 days, 9 hours, 1 minute, and 32 seconds, it's going to be like basically my 4th of July. So, we stand.
How do you feel about the cancellation of 420 at Hippie Hill this year?
I'm just really sick and tired of these legislators trying to ruin my decompression. I didn't live up to now 21 years of my life to miss out on such a holiday, an event that means so much to me in my residency here in San Francisco. So whoever made that decision, when I catch you, watch it.
Interesting take. Now, what would you be doing for the holidays since the event is canceled? What are you going to be doing? You going to be hanging out with friends, going to different events?
Yeah. So I'm going to spend most of my celebratories at Mission Dolores Park. I've gone there every year since I've lived here, and just so many great vibes. There's the host there. He's just like this guy with a DJ set up and a microphone. He just really knows how to set the vibes. And I'll be streaming Broccoli at 4:20 p.m. and we'll see where life takes me, So.
Thank you so much for joining the interview. Yeah. Well, that's all we have out here. Thank you so much. Passing it back to you in the studio. I'm Alejandro Espinoza reporting live.
Thanks, Alejandro.
Traveling from Los Angeles to the Bay Area in under three hours is one step closer to reality. Thanks to a $3.1 billion federal grant awarded by the U.S. Department of Transportation back in December 2023, at a speed of 220 miles per hour, the California High-Speed Rail Authority says the project will eventually extend to rail connections like Sacramento and San Diego. They hope to award a contract by the end of the year, and with trains expected to be in service by 2030.
Turning now to former President Trump court proceedings, several jurors were seated yesterday on day 2 of Trump's hush money trial in Manhattan. Before they were seated, jurors went through questioning by both the DA's office and Trump lawyers. Both the prosecution and defense have 10 peremptory strikes to remove a juror from the pool. So far, each side has used 6 of those strikes, meaning both have only 4 strikes left. Jury selection will resume tomorrow. Coming up after the break, some highlights on events on campus this past weekend.
And an Oakland block party to look forward to.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
Welcome back to State of Events. This past weekend, Mashuf Wellness Center held its annual 5K walk, run, and roll on San Francisco State campus. State of Events reporter Samantha.
That's right, Charles. Students, families, and supporters came out to the event to enjoy a nice afternoon. The 5K event held by the Mashuf Wellness Center is an annual event that they host every spring. It is an inclusive event giving participants the chance to roll or walk or run at their leisure. Although the event was rained on, it didn't deter participants from showing up and giving it their all. The special events team were happy with the turnout, even though it was a smaller group than last year.
All of that adds another challenge. And then just coming up with like aesthetics, what kind of theme, working with the marketing department. So, it's something that happens over 2 semesters, and then this is like the final project.
The event lasted 2 hours, and participants were given custom-made shirts by the marketing department of the campus rec department. A large majority of the campus rec staff outside of marketing and special events came out to help the event move along.
This event particularly, I was shooting it and it was a lot of fun, just like running between different destinations, running with the people, chatting a little bit with them as they go, as I'm shooting footage. And it just really, anytime I get to shoot footage of just our community in general, it's very fun because you get to know the people, you get to know the community.
Participants were given medals, swag bags, and lunch for competing in the race. They shared their thoughts with us about how the event was for them.
And from my perspective, I thought it went really well. There was a huge turnout. A lot of people had a great time. That was the most important part, right, with all these events. And it just showcased kind of like a little family and a get-together just for it to be on the weekend, on a Saturday specifically.
The event had 45 participants and lasted 2 hours. The special events team were happy to host and are looking forward to next year's event. Samantha Sanchez for State of Events.
A lot of fun, Samantha. Is Mashuf hosting any other events before the semester ends?
Yes, Charles. They host a lot of events right before the semester ends. Coming up, they have a blood drive on the 27th, and after that, they are hosting an alligator closet, which gives away free clothes, water bottles, and much more wrangled up from the lost and found at the Mashuf. They're also hosting many outdoor trips through their outdoor recreation center, so there's no shortage of events at the Mashuf.
Thanks, Samantha.
For the first time in 3 months, First Friday has returned to Oakland. According to the nonprofit's Instagram, the event was created to celebrate and highlight Oakland's beauty. The popular event experienced a brief hiatus and a delayed comeback due to financial issues and weather changes. Now, enough funding has been accumulated to hold First Fridays through the end of the year. The event is mostly funded by donation, grant, and sponsors. First Friday is set to return on May 3rd. You know, Charles, I haven't been to First Friday a day in my life before, but I heard about it all the time. You know, I plan on going down there next month when they return.
Have you ever checked out the flea market?
I haven't been to the flea market since I was a little kid.
Yeah, I've got a flea circus, and my flea trapeze artist got a couple broken legs.
Wow.
I need some new talent.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that's all we have time for you today. Thanks for joining us.
So don't forget to subscribe to our State of Events channel on YouTube. For State of Events, I'm Charles Bolton.
And I'm Joshua Davis. Have a great day.